Hello, thank you for joining us on TVC News this hour. We begin in the nation's capital, where the Senate is set to pass the 2024 Appropriation Bill at today's plenary. On the Yuletide killings in Plateau State that left hundreds of people dead, the Senate has summoned all service chiefs for a closed session over the killings. The lawmakers also observed a minute's silence for victims of killings in the state. The Senate asked the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, to take immediate action to curb illegal mining activities in concerned regions across the country. In the same vein, the House of Representatives observed 1 minute of silence for former Speaker of the House, Galina Abe, and former Governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, and 4 victims of killings, seeking a detailed probe and perpetrators being fished out. I told you earlier, the Senate is set to pass the 2024 Appropriation Bill. The President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, had told the Senate to pass this bill before January 2024. During the session today, the lawmakers also observed a minute silence for victims of killings in the state. We also know that there is a budget for security, for health, for education, and other sectors of the economy. We hope this will be put in place before the beginning of the new year. We'll bring you more details of that in subsequent bulletins.
7,388,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo in the CFR as at December 11. Those in support of the approval say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The securitization of the 7.8 trillion is hereby approved. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, sitting as chair, distinguished colleagues, I stand to move that we revert to plenary to enable the chairman to report progress. I so move.
Distinguished colleagues, those in support of the motion that we revert to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Next weekend.
Distinguished colleagues, the Senate in the Committee of the Whole considered the request of Mr. President on the securitization of the sum of 7,388,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo in the consolidated revenue account of the Federation. And approved the request of the Commander in Chief and Mr. President. Is this a true reflection of what transpired in the Committee of the Whole? Distinguished colleagues, will the Senate confirm the approval of the sum of 7,388,696,034 696,034,000. Let me take it again. 7,388,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo as securitization as requested by Mr. President and approved in the Committee of the Whole. Will the Senate confirm this? Those who are in support of the confirmation say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The sum of 7,388,696,034,520 naira 87 kobo is hereby approved for securitization and confirmed. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the only order of the day is the presentation and consideration of the report of the Committee on Appropriations on the 2024 Appropriation Bill 2023 SB 290. Distinguished senators will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Friday, 1st December 2023. Mr. President, you may wish to invite distinguished Senator Adeola Solomon Olamilekon, Chairman of the committee, to move the motion for the presentation and consideration of the report.
Distinguished Senator Adeola Solomon Olamilekon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleague. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, before I go further, I observe on the other paper of today that the paper reads Adeola Solomon Olamilekon, Lagos West. I'm no longer representing Lagos West. Okay, it has been changed. Oh, okay. But I have Lagos West here. Okay. Okay. Thank you. On that note, Mr. President, Ogun West. Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleague, Adeola Solomon Olamilekon, representing Ogun West Senatorial District in the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May I move that this Senate do receive the report of the Senate Committee on Appropriation on the 2024 Appropriation Bill. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I so move. Alongside with the revenue profile, I so move.
Distinguished Senator Sani Musa.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Mohammed Sani Musa, Niger East Senatorial Niger East Senatorial District. I stand to second the motion as requested by the chairman of Appropriation Committee to lay the report on the 2024 Appropriation Bill. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that the 2024 Appropriation Bill, as concluded by the various committees of the Senate, now be laid for consideration. Those who are in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The chairman, you may now lay your report. Mr. Chairman, proceed to summarize your report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleague. Introduction. You may recall that on Wednesday, 29 November 2023, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, laid before the joint sitting of the National Assembly the 2024 Appropriation Bill named the Budget of Renewed Hope. In his speech, the President enjoined the members of the National Assembly to scrutinize the details of the 2024 budget estimate and present to ensure due diligence and value for money. The bill containing the estimate of revenue and expenditure of the Federation from 2024 fiscal year in the aggregate sum of 27,503,404,073 naira 861.
And that's live from the Senate chamber in Abuja on the 2024 appropriation bill. The president presented the 2024 budget, which is estimated at 27.5 trillion naira. He said that this will ensure microeconomic stability, poverty reduction, greater access to social security, amongst others. We'll bring you more details of this in our subsequent bulletin.